That's true. They saying the truth right there. They're going to be hereafter just like they never existed. As it is written. You know, I know a lot of you probably have an attitude, going to get an attitude behind what you're hearing, but hey, get over it. We got over it. Get over it. It's a life thing. Look, go to Job 20:4. It says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short? You gotta look at how the Most High. You had the Greek Empire, the Roman Empire. They would take it down, run into the Caucasus Mountains, approximately 193 A.D. And the Renaissance period, as they say, they came out as Ottoman Turks in 1453, approximately. 1492 starts the Renaissance period to now. Look all that time that he cut it off. That's why the triumphing of the wicked is short. We're in the end times now. In the joy of the hypocrite, but for a moment, the day to the Most High is 1,000 years. See, though it's excellently mount up to the heavens, in the heavens, flying jets and airplanes every day, all 24/7 hours of the day. And his head reached into the clouds, got their little space station out there, up in the sky. Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Remember what we said, what he said? He know this. He said, hey, it was Solomon 2:2. For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. See? Job 20:7. Yet he shall perish forever, like his own dung, like his own doo-doo. Flush down the toilet. Most like cold, ain't he? They which have seen him shall say, where is he? They which have seen him say, where'd he go? He shall fly away as a cream, and shall not be found. Yeah, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more. Neither shall his place any more behold him. See? Going back to Wisdom of Solomon, 2nd chapter. So you ain't gonna see him no more. Verse 2. It said, for we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. We just read that clearly. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke and as a little spark in the moving of our heart, which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, burn up, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. They that have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall vanish away as the soft air is said. And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance. And our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof. For our time is a very shadow that passes away. I mean, now you see me, now you don't. Who was this talking? Verse 1. Was Solomon 2:1. For the unrighteous sake. It says ungodly, but you know, God is the word that they created. His dog spelled backwards. So, the unrighteous say, because they're not following the laws of the Most High. Verse 5. For our time is a very shadow that passes away, and after our end there is no returning. For it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again. He said, come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. See, that's how they look upon us. They use us for whatever they can, to let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass by us. You know? He said, don't let the years pass us by. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. See, they know. Elite know this. Don't get it twisted. The Most High had them put precepts in Bibles. The average person don't know because they religified or they Gentiles. Even our people. They're Gentiles. And they don't want to take the time to learn, to study, to really know what this Bible is talking about. Why you think it's still here? Because the Most High rules in the kingdom of men. And like I said, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of living power. You got all kind of creatures roaming around and angels that are on the earth waiting for the commandment of the Most High. They say those fires in California was like they was fighting spirits, because the fire is a spirit. We read about it, like a war zone. Nothing left, nothing but ashes. Nothing but ashes. So you can't mess around and play around and think in your wildest dreams that there is no judgment for unrighteousness. Just look at what we went through and have went through. You know, that's like you gonna give someone everything that they want. They ain't work for nothing. You just give them whatever they want. They get whatever they want. That's like a spoiled brat. And they got everything that they want. Then you come with, you gotta pay for getting everything that you wanted. And now it's being snatched away from you. And you're gonna be just like the people in Skid Row. With nothing. And you had it all. But it's going to be snatched away from you. They probably jumping out of windows and committing suicide and doing all kind of madness. Going off. But it is written. And you can't change it. That's why they say, hey, they for all adventure. The elite, the ones that have the money. Verse 9, let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness, living large and in charge. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place. This is our portion, and our lot is this. Let us oppress the poor righteous man, see? Let us oppress the poor righteous man. That's the Israelite man. Let us not spare the widow. Gonna have the widows all up in arms and treating them bad. Nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. Could care less about the elderly. Let our strength be the law of justice, the military. The military. Let the military be the law of justice. For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. See. Therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous. See. Be lying in wait for the righteous. But see, some people don't understand this because you ain't never understood Wisdom of Solomon, the second chapter. Therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. And we ain't for this turn. If you truly righteous, that's why it says in Wisdom of Solomon 5:1, then shall a righteous man stand in great boldness in the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be filled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. They're going to tell you what they're going to say. So all the answers are in the Bible. It's right here. The past, the present, and the future. So they say, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. And he is clean contrary to our doings. Of course, we ain't for men being with men and women being for women with women. You're turning a man into a woman and a woman into a man. And interracial marriages, when the Most High said, hey, he gave every man their woman of their nation, so they could procreate. He said, therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraided us with our offering, with our offending the law. See, so this is what a righteous man will do. So if you against him offending the laws of the Most High, then that's what makes you righteous. You can't accept it. I mean, come on, think about it. If your daddy was with another man, you wouldn't even be here. If your mother was with another woman, you wouldn't even be here. And I ain't talking about them adopting no babies either. That's just real. Artificial insemination and all that. We ain't talking about that. We talking about a man lied down with a woman and she got pregnant, and here you came into the world. That's real. So we're not about looking at our people feeding hog maws and getting their chitlins that they getting ready for New Year's. They black-eyed peas, traditions, hog guts, where the doo-doo goes through the intestines of the hog. You talking about you want some? That's a stinking smell. Ugh. Cooking doo-doo. Doo-doo eaters. Yuck. Then you wonder why you're having all these problems with your health. Can't tell them nothing. They still gonna do it. Lobster. Everything they eat doo-doo, we want it. Most I had, the shrimp. I gotta have some shrimp. They got big shrimp over there. Let's go get them. Crab. All of me doo-doo. Clean the fish. Clean the ocean. We gotta have fish with fins and scales that's been investigated. Because tilapia, they created that in the lab. It eats doo-doo. That's why they got it so cheap. I mean, see, they knew that we went into captivity for our wickedness. They knew this. Therefore, they have certain things that we got to deal with that's cheap, like tilapia. They eat doo-doo. It's all in the hood. We think we're getting a bargain. And they got us all messed up. All messed up. Dealing with craziness, you know? Why? Because we don't know. Look, go to Ezekiel 39 and 23. This is what they know. But we don't know this because we don't know the truth. Ezekiel 39 and 23. It says, and the heathen, these other nations, shall know that the house of Israel, who we are, went into captivity. I know we went into captivity. We still in captivity. But we went into captivity for their iniquity, for breaking the Most High's laws. It ain't hard. Because they trespassed against me, he said. Therefore hid I my face from them and gave them into the hand of their enemies. And you know Deuteronomy 28 and 68 says, the Most High shall send thee into Egypt again with ships. Y'all know we came over here on them slave ships. Y'all seen roots. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies. For bondmen and bondwomen, slave men and slave women, and no man shall buy you, which means to save or redeem from a worse condition to a better condition. And nobody's done that. No man's going to save us. Because most of us say, hey, you follow me, I'll bless you. You don't, I'm going to bring these curses on you. So the other nations know this. They know this. They know they went into captivity for our breaking the laws of the Most High. So what you think? They're going to show you the right way? No. They can continue to say, hey, you can do this, look at this, look at this. They're going to put all these things in front of you so that you'll take part of it. And they know this. Look, go to Judah. In the pocket of Judah, the 5th chapter. You'll see. It tells you. And this is when we was at war. And they was like, and you're going to see that one of the officers of the general is telling him what to do concerning us. To show you that they know. As long as they keep us doing what we doing, being wicked as ever, then hey, they can always be over us. Judah 5 and look at verse 17. It says, and whilst they sin not before their power, they prospered. See that? We didn't sin before the Most High, we prospered. Because the Most High that hated iniquity, hated wickedness, was with them. He was with us. Most High hates sins. He hates wickedness. It says, but when they departed from the way which he appointed them, we departed from the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High, they were destroyed in many battles. Very sore. We lost. And were led captives into a land that was not theirs. We was led captives into a land that was not ours. And the temple of their power was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies. Same thing we just read in Ezekiel 39 and 23. Let's read Ezekiel 39 and 24. According to their uncleanness and according to their transgressions have I done unto them, and hid my face from them. So when we didn't do right, Most High turned his back on us. We did right. Like we coming back to the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High, that's how we got next. We're going to have next because we're going to do what he say do. And it's not hard. He say, hey, love the Most High, keep his commandments. His commandments are not grievous. It ain't hard to do. It's just a matter of learning what's right. He said, Judas 5 and 19. He said, but now are they returned to their power. See, now we follow the laws of the Most High, he said, and are come up from the places which they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. See, that's right, I've been there. I was over Israel. That place is desolate. Judah, where our land was, it's like the desert in like you going across the country, you see nothing but just land, nothing there. It's just like desolate. Ain't nothing growing there at all. He said he would do it, and that's where it is. It was desolate, but he allowed us to come back to our land and build again. This is what he said. Now therefore, my master and governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin, which is the transgression of the Most High's law, against their power, the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, let us consider that this shall be their ruin. I mean, the heathen know this. We don't know it. This is going to be our ruin. He's telling this master this. It says, but if there be no iniquity, this shall be their ruin. And let us go up, and we shall overcome them. See, if we wicked, we can't win anything. Because the Most High said he's going to hide his face from us. He's going to turn his back on us. But when we doing what's right, we get the victory. That's why he's saying, listen, verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, as we coming back to the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High now, let my master now pass by. Leave them alone. Let their power defend them, and their power before them. And we become a reproach before all the world. So, let you know they're going to become a disgrace before all the world. It's serious. And that's how it's going to be in this redemption. We just read what they said, what they know. And you know, it's a spiritual thing. It's like they might not know where the scriptures are, but in their spirit they know. That's why they stockpiling all these guns and bullets and everything, but it's not going to be a war of such. You know, how you going to fight an angel? How you going to shoot a spirit? That's what they don't realize, you know. Mashak Shai, look at Isaiah 47 and 3. And see, our people going to be right with them because they don't really know what time it is. They show all these movies like we're being invaded by all these different creatures and everything, but not realizing that this is Mashak Shai. He said, look, Isaiah 47 and 3. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yeah. Thy shame shall be seen. You look at all the abomination that's being done, filthy wicked acts that's being done in this world. They passing laws that a man and a man can get married, a woman and a woman can get married, and they can adopt children and, you know, eating whatever you want to eat. Pushing the doctors to be able to make money. It's about money, money, money. You know, when you look at it, you go to the doctor, you say, what's the diet? They want to pump all this medicine on you. Look at this stuff be here forever. Taking all that madness, man. They pump all this medicine on you. How you walking around like a zombie. I remember one time I asked the brothers, they was talking stuff. I said, okay, I'm going to line all this medicine on the table. And every time I take a pill, you drop one. Come on, young bucks. They couldn't. They sit down. They sit down real quick. Say, come on. I'm open up. Come on, let's drop one. They like, I don't think so. So, because they would have been out of it. They'd have been totally been out of shape. And we get ready to have Bible study. Yeah, right. So, but there's always a side effect behind what it is that they're giving you. Yeah, the doctor say, well, you're gonna take the side effect. I know you're allergic to that, but you need this here, so you take this, and you just got to deal with the side effect. And I'm dealing with it, for real, for real. Because the treatment was better than just dealing with the side effect, but I still had to deal with it. It's cold, cold, cold. That's why the Most High said in Job 13:4, but ye are forgers of lies, you're all physicians of no value. Man, they can't even cure the common cold. Let's more the, I mean, it's not about curing people. I guess it's about making money, so they just pacify the symptom. Just get it so that you just not really, as bad as you were, but you still dealing with it some kind of way. That's why it says in Isaiah 47:3, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yeah, thy shame shall be seen. See, I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Now we read in Revelation 19:11, he's coming to judge and he's coming in righteousness to judge and make war. So it has no other time in this world, any country was gotten, any land was gotten without warfare. There's gonna be warfare. It's gonna be a righteous war though, because the Most High gonna make sure that he's gonna get a name forever and ever and ever. I mean, because people just disrespect him like he's nothing, and he's angry. That's why he says in verse Isaiah 47:10, it say, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. They figure, hey, nobody looking at me, nobody see me, because the Most High's long suffering. Say, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. See, there it is. You don't see me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. That's what they said. I mean, you look at the Bibles, whose picture's in there? It's not ours. It's theirs. They say they're the Most High. They say they're Mashiach Yahushua. They say they're the children of Israel. Hey, everybody. They the Indians. Cowboys and Indians. Used to think that they were real Indians, but it was still the Caucasians, the so-called Caucasians, dressed up as Indians, playing, the Indians and cowboys. They're everybody. They the Africans. The Egyptians. Look at the movies. Ten Commandments. You don't see us, you see them. That's why thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it has perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart. They said in their mind, the heart is the mind, I am, and none else beside me. Now, let me give you a case scenario. I am and none else beside me. So go to St. John, the 8th chapter. St. John, the 8th chapter. And we're going to look at verse, get it, 8 and let's look at 8, and we're going to look at verse 56. It says, your father Abraham rejoiced to see my day, and he saw it and was glad. Now he said that, but let's go up to, I'm talking about the 53. Verse 53. St. John 8:53. Art thou greater than our father Abraham? He just said, Abraham rejoiced to see his day. He said, are you greater than our father Abraham, which is dead? And the prophets are dead, Whom makest thou thyself? Just a question. Who you think you are? You know how we are. Who the hell you think you are? You know how we do that. Who you think you are? You greater than Abraham? You greater than the prophets? Who you think you are? You know that's our people. That's how we be rolling. He said in verse 8, he said, your father Abraham rejoiced to see my day. See, you get in the spirit to see what he's saying. And he saw it and was glad. So he's saying Abraham rejoiced to see his day, and he saw it and was glad. Then said the Jews unto him, you're talking to a Mashak, what they say? Thou art not yet 50 years old. You ain't even 50 years old. And hast thou seen Abraham? How you seen Abraham? Abraham been dead. Way over 50 years. This is what he said. Mashak said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, before Abraham was, I am. Remember, they just said that I am. So Mashak said, because they asked him what? In verse 53, whom makest thou thyself? Who you think you are? And he telling them. He said, before Abraham was, before Abraham even came into the earth, I am. So that's the same I am. That was in Exodus, 3rd chapter, the 14th verse. Really the 2nd verse. If you can understand this spiritually, he says, Exodus 3 and 2, and the angel of the Most High appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. Now verse 14. So the angel speaking to Moses. Remember, ain't nobody ever seen the Most High. So the angel of the Spirit said in verse 14, because Moses said unto the Most High, through the angel, behold, when I come unto the children of Israel and shall say unto them, the Most High of your fathers have sent me unto you, and they shall say to me, what is his name? What shall I say unto them? And the Most High, Mashiach Yahushua, to the angel of the Most High, said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am, have sent me unto you. Mashiach Yahushua just said he was I am. Right? And we know when we read Revelations 1st chapter, 13th verse, verse 1 says this, the revelation of a Mashiach Yahushua, the revealing of a Mashiach Yahushua. So when we read verse 14, it says his head and his hairs were white like wool, nappy hair, woolly hair, it's white as snow. Verse 15 says, and his feet like a defined brass rivets of a brown as if they burn in a furnace. So he was very, very dark skinned. See, so now going back to Isaiah 47, let's see what they said, what Esau said. In verse 10, but thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me, nobody looking at me, nobody see me, you don't see me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, in your mind, I am, and none else beside me. So they the ones that said they are Mashiach Yahushua and the Most High. They painted their pictures and they put them in the Bibles. See, therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it rises, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. I mean, he gonna make, desolation come upon them, but they're not gonna know where it's coming from. See, stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, if so be thou shall be able to profit. If so be thou mayest prevail. If your sorcery and your enchantments and your psychics and your witches and all this going to be able to help you. That's what he's saying. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels, let now the astrologers, all these things that they depend on, the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators, stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. That, you know, it's going to come upon them, just like it came upon us. Most High is just. I mean, everybody have opportunity to get it together. You don't want to get it together, then hey, you got to suffer what it is that the Most High is saying in this word, like we did. You know, he said, and go to Isaiah 45:7, he said, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Most High, do all these things. But it's only for the evil. He's righteous, so the evil is only for those that do evil things or have done evil things. He's long suffering, so might not pay now, but you're going to pay later. You're going to pay one day, for sure. That's why we have to, as much as possible, do what's right. If we follow what's right, then we're going to be blessed. This is the last chance we have. It ain't like you can, well, I'll just wait and I'll get it together later because I want to do this. Isn't that what we always said? And what happened to us? We end up all the time getting jacked up. That's why the Most High say you're going to visit them. But if you forget about what has happened, through all this time, you done forgot about all the rape, the robbery, and the pillage, and the just wiping out, you know, whole villages of people that was peaceful and that loved them and showed them kindness and showed them how to live and on the land and so forth.
Thanksgiving.
You know, and it's sad because our people, it's like they celebrate Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Thanksgiving was the slaughter of us. Because all of us didn't come from Africa. We were already here. We're already here on the land. We the one that's created and started the 13 colonies. You can get a book called Before the Mayflower by LaRon Bennett. Shows you in that book that we set up the 13 colonies. They didn't have a city as great as we had in these lands of the Western Hemisphere until the late 1800s. They came here and seen the beautiful architecture that we had built. They couldn't believe it. Why do you think they have pyramids? In California, you got a lake called Pyramid Lake. Pyramid coming out of the water. Who built the pyramids? The Israelites. So it's a known fact that we are the children of Israel. It's just a matter of we broke the laws of the Most High. And he punished us. He told us what he was going to do. We didn't believe it, so we got what we deserved. What he said he's going to do, he did it. That's why now it's time to come back so that we can reap the benefits of the kingdom that's promised to us. If not, then we're going to be subject to the same thing over again. Death, death, death. I mean, when I walked through Sodom and Gomorrah, that was nothing. That was like walking, I don't know, it was just like sponge. It was like walking on sponge. The ground was like a sponge. I never felt nothing like that. I can't say rubber. It was like, I don't know, I think closest I can think of sponge. You go in, and it comes right back up. And you go up walking, it's walking in death. Because he killed everybody there behind wickedness. And that's how this place going to be, just like Sodom and Gomorrah. Because of all the wickedness that they're doing. And they promoting it, and they people accept it. Look at Numbers 19. These plagues are coming. And you see, I mean, like I say, you know, when you look at, and it's all over the world, it's not just here in this Western Hemisphere, these plagues are all over the world. It just had a tsunami that was killing people. They still counting the people that's been killed by it. Look at what did I say? Numbers. Look at Numbers 19. Verse 7. No, Numbers 20 and 7. It says, and the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, that's Moses that you're looking at. Take the rod and gather thou the assembly together, thou and Aaron thy brother, and speak ye unto the rock. Speak ye unto the rock. Speak ye unto the rock. Speak to the rock before their eyes, and it shall give forth his water. So why don't say my water? If it's the Most High speaking directly to Moses. But it says, take the rod and gather thou the assembly together, gather all the people together, thou and Aaron thy brother, because you know Aaron was the mouthpiece for Moses, because Moses stuttered, had a speech impediment. So, and speak ye unto the rock. He says, speak unto the rock. Before their eyes, and it shall give forth his water. I don't say it shall give forth my water. Don't say that. It says it's going to give forth his water. So remember, the angel of the Most High speaking to Moses. Spirit of the Most High speaking to Moses. That's why it says it's going to bring forth his water. And thou shalt bring forth to them water out of the rock. So thou shalt give the congregation and their beasts drink. And Moses took the rod from before the Most High, as he commanded him. And Moses and Aaron gathered the congregation together before the rock. And he said unto them, hear now, ye rebels. You know we are a rebellious people. Must we fetch you water out of this rock? Must we fetch you water out of this rock? Who is the we? Moses and Aaron. When the people look at him, oh, he said, oh, must we fetch you water out of this rock? And Moses lifted up his hand, and with his rod he smote the rock twice. Boom, boom, hit the rock twice. But what was he told? He was told to speak to the rock. He said, must we fetch you water out of this rock? And Moses lifted up his hand, and with his rod, he smote the rock twice, hit it twice. And water came out abundantly, and the congregation drank, and their beasts also. So he thinking, hey, the water came through the rock, and he's all right. And the Most High spake unto Moses and Aaron, because ye believe me not, to sanctify me in the eyes of the children of Israel. Therefore ye shall not bring this congregation into the land which I have given them. And the Most High said Moses was like no other man. He dealt with him face to face, mouth to mouth. He didn't have to have dreams and visions to speak to him. He dealt with him one-on-one through the angel of the Most High. Because remember, ain't nobody ever seen the Most High. But because he didn't give him, that's why I emphasized, must we fetch you water out of this rock? When he told him to speak to the rock, not hit the rock twice. That's why listening is an outer responsibility. Though Israel, was rebellious, are rebellious, he still should have followed orders. Because he told him, the Most High spake unto Moses, verse 12, and Aaron, because ye believe me not, you ain't believe what I told you. To sanctify me in the eyes of the children of Israel. That's why you got to give glory to the Most High. Therefore ye shall not bring this congregation into the land which I have given them. This is the water of Merah. Because the children of Israel strove with the Most High and he was sanctified in them. You imagine that? All the things that we've seen the Most High do in the plagues that he brought upon the Egyptians, 10 plagues. And we still didn't believe. We still had doubt. Still want to do whatever we want to do. Like he bringing plagues now. I mean, they said it was, I'll tell you, that fire, they said in Thousand Oaks, first it was about 12 people that got killed. Somebody went into, they're doing that bad now, going into different places where they have an entertainment. The entertainment, and they just killing people. But Thousand Oaks, it was a place where that we as a people tried to move there, and they said they burned crosses in their house, on their yards, and burned up their houses. Them trying to live there. Brothers and sisters. So the Most High burned all that place down. They didn't want us living there. Go to Nehemiah 2 and 18. Let's look at verse 17. It says, Nehemiah 2 and 17. Then said I unto them, ye see the distress that we are in, how Jerusalem lieth waste, and the gates thereof are burned with fire. Come, and let us build up the wall of Jerusalem, that we be no more a reproach. Because the walls was defense, like a fortress. Then I told them of the hand of my power, which was good upon me, as also the king's words that he had spoken unto me. And they said, let us rise up and build. So they strengthened their hands for this good work. But when Sanballat, the Horonite, the Tobiah, the servant, the Ammonite, and Geshem, the Arabian, the Arabs, the Japanese, heard it, they laughed us to scorn and despised us and said, what is this thing that ye do? Will ye rebel against the king? Then answered I them, and said unto them, the Most High power of heaven, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, he will prosper us. Therefore, we his servants will arise and build, but ye have no portion, nor right, no memorial in Jerusalem. See, so I want to look at something because we just came out of the Feast of Dedication, and look at how the nations felt about us, just like you said now, building our wall again. Once we dedicated the temple back in order, go to 1 Maccabees 5 and 1. Just to show you how these nations are not down with us. It says, now when the nations round about heard that the altar was built and the sanctuary renewed as before, it displeased them very much. Why would they be displeased with us being able to worship in our churches again? Wherefore they thought to destroy the generation of Jacob we the children of Israel, that was among them. And thereupon they began to slay and destroy the people. They began to kill us. This is right after the Feast of Dedication, y'all, in the Greek Empire. Then Judas fought against the children of Esau in Idumea at Arabatin, because they besieged Israel. They had taken us down. And he gave them a great overthrow and abated their courage and took their spoils. Also he remembered the injury of the children of Beam, who had been a snare and an offense unto the people, in that they lay in wait for them in the ways. He shut them up therefore in the towers, and encamped against them, and destroyed them utterly, and burned the towers of that place with fire, and all that were therein. Afterward he passed over to the children of Ammon, the Japanese. It was all Japanese, Chinese, always was down with Esau, where he found a mighty power and much people with Timotheus, their captain. So he fought many battles with them, till at length they were discomfited before him, and he smote them. And when he had taken Jazer with the towns belonging thereto, he returned into Judea. See, then the heathen that were at Galaad assembled themselves together against the Israelites that were in their quarters, living at home, to destroy them. But they fled to the fortress of Dathema. See, it sent letters unto Judas and his brethren. The heathen that are around about us are assembled together against us to destroy us. And they are preparing to come and take the fortress whereunto we are fled, the place where they fled to. Timotheus being captain of their hosts. Come now therefore and deliver us from their hands. For many of us are slain. They had tell them they had killed many of us. See, this history not taught. This is our story. It's not taught. This is in the Greek Empire. This is before Mashiach Shai came on the earth. In the wicked Roman Empire. Yeah. All our brethren that were in the places of Toby are put to death. Their wives and their children. Also they have carried away captives. They took our women and our children.